I need new music.
This is the JJO Discover New Music Podcast.
Like Cash and Cobain, living the good life, the night all still away, then just fade away. Do not resuscitate.
Mr. Brock, this is Wesley Scantlin.
Mr. Wesley Scantlin, this is Brock. How are you, my friend?
I am freaking great, man. How are you doing, buddy?
I love it. That was a very formal greeting. That was very, very, very posh of us, I think. That was nice. That was nice. You ready to talk new music, my friend?
Heck, Yizzy.
Yeah, good. Well, let's get right to it on Discover New Music, the brand new album, Ubiquitous, the 6th studio album from Puddle of Mud. We're in it, man. You guys are seasoned veterans at this point. And I know originally, Wes, this was going to be released, I believe, in late of 2022. You basically had everything done. You were talking about it. Maybe what got changed to the pushback in 2023? Were you doing some reworkings? Was there new tracks? Walk us through that, why this got pushed to at least, 2023 and why we have it now.
Oh, man. I really wish I could actually tell you the truth. But I'll go ahead and give you a glimpse of it. I, confided my trust into some certain people that were very, very, very close to me. Mm-hmm. And so even though the record was already done, I invited a couple family members, and they wanted to redo everything and all this stuff. So I was like, They are no longer a part of the team now, but yeah, so.
I don't want you, I'll tell you, that's all right. I don't want you to say anything you don't want to say or do anything like that. So there was obviously some inner turmoil there that got the album pushed back, long story short.
It was basically so-and-so took it upon themselves to just start doing whatever the hell they wanted to do, and then so-and-so and so-and-so wanted to redo all these parts that were perfectly done and actually remain the actual parts. So at the end of the day, it's like, what's going on?
Right.
That was the push.
All right. Well, good news is the so-and-sos seem to be out of the way, and now the new album is out. We can focus on that. Ubiquitous, again. The title of it, which I love the album title. It's got a beautiful sound to it. Ubiquitous is such a great word. Any meaning behind it? How'd you come up with the title Ubiquitous?
I was on an airplane, and it was either going to be Octopussy or Ubiquitous.
Is that legit? Was that the two names?
Yeah, the actual my actual OG name was going to be Octopussy. So
was that
I don't know. Somebody switched it.
Was that a nod to the classic Bond villain or the Bond girl?
I love James Bond, and I thought that it was just really cool. It's a great word. I can't, growing up, they got away with it.
Right. I like that. That'll be a good little trivia for everyone now, knowing that it could have been one or the other, but Ubiquitous is still great. So I'm glad we had a good second choice. Now let's a quick offshoot. We'll get back to the music, but James Bond, who's your favorite James Bond? I like all of them. Yeah,
I really do.
Yeah,
they've all done a great job, great acting, and it's been a lifetime of just awesomeness, and I can't wait to see the next James Bond movie. I am a James Bond fanatic, and I just, he's the secret ninja master of everything. So I love him, and Money Penny too. Yeah,
Money, of course. I love that answer because there's always been so many. It's like the Van Halen, with Roth or Hagar. They both did great stuff. Why can't we just love everybody?
Both.
Yeah, right. I like that.
I love all of them,
No,
I miss Eddie a lot.
Oh, yeah, we all do. I actually just had a conversation with Wolfgang, and it's cool to see him kind of carrying on his dad's legacy with that, the Eddie Van Halen legacy. All right, back to the latest Puddle of Mud again, Ubiquitous, the 6th album, and everyone's gotten to listen to it now because it dropped on September 8th. One thing I know everyone loves about Puddle of Mud is that you're listening to Puddle of Mud when you hear it. Even as the band's sound has evolved through the years, it's matured. You guys have explored the soundscape. So sound-wise, with that evolution, maybe where does this album sit in the Puddle of Mud discography?
It's a killer album, man. I mean, I had a lot of fun doing it, and a lot of crazy times, a lot of great times, a lot of emotional times, and I can't even remember all of the times. And there was a lot of late recording stuff, like demoing stuff, and it's just I get to I was so fortunate to be able to work with Christian Stone, my old guitar player, and Doug Ardito, my old bass player, and a few other co-writers. It was just really, really cool, dial it all in and just have a good time. And it's like crunch time, man. It's like getting out in the game, and it's like, we're going to get there and we're going to win, man. We're going to win.
Yeah.
Sure.
Do you find yourself, because in getting to know you over the years, laid back, you kind of old school in a way, in the ways of making music nowadays compared to, when you formed Puddle of Mud back in 91, all those years ago, is there ever times where you just like to sit, maybe hit record on the cassette recorder and play? Do you find yourself going back to those ever, or with this new age, do you lose some of that? It just seems like to me like you'd be a hit record and play kind of guy, and just make something.
Yeah, I'm digging the garage band thing, man.
Yeah.
It's like super, super cool. And I've been, during the pandemic, I was like garage band, iMovie, and unfortunately, both my iPhones got jacked off of the stage at Soundcheck in different cities, so I lost a lot of stuff. But it's okay. Like Jim Morrison, man, his girlfriend just burned all his stuff, and ruined everything, all of his lyrics, but he said it was the best thing that ever happened to him. So I'm going to go with Jim Morrison on that and just be like, probably a good thing.
Yeah, I like that. If Jim's okay with it, I think we all can be okay with it. Do you got a favorite track on this new album, Ubiquitous? Is there one that maybe stands out to you, Wes?
I really dig You Wrecked Me, and I really did Dance With Me. Like, every time I hear the songs, I'm just like, wow, man, and I start dancing and stuff. It's pretty, I like them all, and I really do.
Yeah.
There's tons, there's so much more material that's going to come out in the next, couple of years, over the next decade, that basically just going to be polished and re-recorded and just mixed and mastered amazingly. So we got so much more material that obviously I've written with Doug Ardito and Christian Stone. It's just like there's such an onslaught of amazing music, and it should have been on this record, but we're going to go ahead and put them all on the next record. So
there, a little foreshadowing. Obviously, we're going to enjoy Ubiquitous for a nice chunk of time, but from what we're hearing from Wes Scantlin, that get ready because more Puddle of Mud on the horizon, for sure.
Yeah.
Good.
No worries.
Listen, rate, share, subscribe. Discover new music now at WJJO.com, in the JJO app, or wherever you get your podcasts. Rock has a new interview every Thursday evening between 6 and 7. 94.1 JJO.
I need new music.
This is the JJO Discover New Music Podcast.
Living the good life in that old school way.
I just recently talked to Richard Patrick of Filter the other day, and I asked him this kind of similar question. And I want to ask you this because, again, you've been doing this. You formed Puddle of Mud in 91. Come Clean, your big breakthrough, was in 2000. And so I asked him about playing some of the new stuff for a fan from the early days. So if you were to play this new album, Ubiquitous, for a 2002 Puddle of Mud fan, what would they think?
I think they've want to poke out my eyes, man. For real.
Okay.
Like that's some super old school stuff. shoot, man, that Cash Cobain is an amazing song that I did with Colin London, Britain. What is it? Colin Britain. Just a mega insane musician, producer, engineer, everything, and writer. We just like threw every type of genre of musical genres into one song. And Cash Cobain actually really seriously, it's just a plethora, the menage a trois of, like different styles and stuff, It's just, it's incredible. I was stoked just to work with the guy, man. The guy's insane.
Well, I'm so excited to hear more. Obviously, we know you guys are busy out on the road and everything like that, but for everyone out there, Wes Scantlin, Puddle of Mud, Ubiquitous, it's out now, the 6th studio album. Go get your hands on it, and again, keep yourself waiting because more Puddle of Mud to come. Now that the important stuff is out of the way, can we do another round of rapid fire? I got some fresh ones for you.
Sure, man.
All right.
For sure.
All right. So now that the important stuff, like I said, is out of the way, the new music, let's learn a little bit more about Wes Scantlin. There's no wrong answers. You just go with your gut. Billy Squier or Billy Corgan?
Squire.
Disco or techno?
Techno.
Oh, I see. I don't know why I picture you more as like a bell-bottoms disco guy. All right. See, I'm learning something.
Awesome.
Choco Taco or Flintstone Push Pop?
Flintstone Push Pop.
Would you rather have soaked jeans or damp socks?
Soaked jeans.
Soaked jeans, okay. Now, you're a Missouri guy, and I don't know what kind of weird animals they have in your neck of the woods, but would you rather see Bigfoot or the Loch Ness Monster?
What I'm going to say right now is that they don't really ever exist, and there's never been any real pictures of either one of those creatures, and so that means there's a bunch of weirdos running around with video cameras at nighttime, like freaking the Blair Witch Project, and you never see anything, and guess what? There isn't anything. There's nothing.
So you've
been going on for 45, 50 years, man.
So you don't think there's anything out there like you've never had a Bigfoot or like what about a UFO? What about UFOs? What about that?
You know what? I don't know. I've never really seen anything like crazy like that or whatever, maybe cool like that. I cannot speculate on that type of category because I've never seen nothing like that.
Well, if it ever happens, you got to let us know for sure. Would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
I will try to take all the ducks down. Like, I've been swimming in the lake my whole life trying to catch these little bastards, and I'd never, ever, ever got one of them.
Okay.
Like, they get like scent on their feet. It's insane. You can't even catch these suckers.
I love it. I believe you, man. I believe it. But one of these days, buddy, you're going to get them. Wes.
Nah, ain't going to happen. Believe me. These little cats, man, these guys, you're never going to catch them, buddy. Believe me.
Wes, thank you for humoring me. More importantly, thank you for talking new music. Puddle of Mud, Ubiquitous, out now. Go get it, Wes. I appreciate it. It's always a pleasure, my friend.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
Listen, rate, share, subscribe. Discover new music now at WJJO.com, in the JJO app, or wherever you get your podcasts. Rock has a new interview every Thursday evening between 6 and 7. 94.1 JJO.